Hi everyone, this is Cooking with Kurt. Today my husband Donald and I are going to show you how to make matcha green tea crinkle cookies with white chocolate chips. These are thick and fudgy with a soft center and a crunchy cookie crust bursting with matcha flavor.
And the green tea matcha flavor is perfectly complemented by the sweetness from the white chocolate chips. This recipe was requested by Lori Peralta and Althea G. Thank you so much for your request, and we hope you like this video. Now this recipe makes approximately 20 to 24 cookies, but can be doubled or tripled as needed.
To start, take 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 2 large eggs, and let them sit at room temperature for 30 minutes to 1 hour. Leaving the butter at room temperature for 30 minutes to 1 hour to soften is important in this recipe for the butter and the sugar to combine and form the right texture. Then take a medium-sized mixing bowl and a sieve. Add in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of table salt, and 1 tablespoon plus 2 teaspoons or 10 grams total of matcha green tea powder. Sift this together. Then whisk them to mix.
Then in the bowl of your stand mixer, add in the 4 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter and half a cup of white granulated sugar. With a paddle attachment, mix these on medium speed until they are combined and fluffy, about 1 minute. Try not to over-whip this, as whipping too much air into the sugar butter mixture can result in cookies that overspread during baking. Scrape down the bowl as needed. Then add in the 2 large room temperature eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Mix these ingredients on medium speed just until these wet ingredients are combined. Scrape down the bowl and paddle attachment as needed. With the mixer on low speed, carefully add in the dry ingredients mixture and continue mixing until just combined. Detach the bowl from the stand mixer, scrape down the bowl as needed, and fold in any unmixed dry ingredients from the sides until the mixture is uniform. Now this part is optional, but if you like, add in 1/8 cup of white chocolate chips and by hand, stir it into the dough until the mixture is uniform. Then cover the bowl with plastic wrap. If you prefer not to add white chocolate chips, you could just leave it out, and there's no need to substitute with anything. We're going to let this dough rest in the fridge to firm up overnight, and you can leave this dough in the fridge to firm up for up to 3 days.
Resting the dough in the fridge to chill and harden overnight is necessary to make thick crinkle cookies, as this will prevent the cookies from overspreading when they bake. When your dough has been chilled overnight and you're ready to bake the cookies, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then take a large sheet pan, we're using a 13 by 18 inch sheet pan, and line it with parchment paper. Do not grease the parchment paper. Measure out 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar into 1 small bowl and 1/3 cup of powdered sugar into another small bowl. Using a round tablespoon measure for scooping, scoop the chilled dough so that you have a heaping tablespoon, about 1.5 tablespoons worth of dough. Then with your cup palms, form them into spheres. The spheres should be approximately 1 inch in diameter. Then roll the formed dough sphere first in the bowl of granulated sugar, just a light layer of granulated sugar. This will help absorb any extra moisture and prevent the subsequent coat of powdered sugar from melting. Then roll it in the bowl of powdered sugar so they are completely and generously covered with powdered sugar. Then place the ball on the prepared baking sheet. Repeat this with the remaining dough, scooping a heaping tablespoon of dough, forming into a sphere, rolling in a light layer of granulated sugar, then generously with powdered sugar, and finally placing the balls about 2 inches apart on the baking sheet. This should make about 20 to 24 cookies, depending on the size of your dough spheres. We're going to bake these in our preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. Until the sides have set, but the centers of the cookies are still soft. Let the cookies cool on the sheet pan for 5 minutes, then transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. These matcha green tea crinkle cookies will keep for up to 1 week, stored in an airtight container at room temperature. And there it is, fudgy matcha green tea cookies with white chocolate chips rolled in powdered sugar for a crackled texture. Ang sarap!
Sarap. Yum.
So good. Love that matcha flavor.
And the subtle bitterness of the green tea is perfectly complemented by the sweetness of the white chocolate.
Thank you all so much for watching. Please let us know in the comment section below if you're planning to make these matcha green tea crinkle cookies. Send us pictures of your creations on Facebook and Instagram. The links are below. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Cooking with Kurt.
And don't forget to click on the bell so you get notified when we post new cooking videos. Maraming salamat!